Welcome to WWE SmackDown review for September 12th, 2014. I'm Levi along with Jamil, my colleague. Say hi, Jamil.
Hey,
And today we are going to be reviewing yesterday's SmackDown. So let's start. So we get this promo or this video package. Yeah. Alright, you ready? Okay, but yeah, we get this video package of what happened last Monday with Roman Reigns and John Cena, I believe.
yep. It we have the first one is the Roman Reigns package whenever he took on uh, Randy Orton, and it was a very even match between the two of them. But then you had to bring out Uncle Kane and Seth Rollins. So apparently they had this whole plan set up to take out Roman Reigns before the Rollins-Reigns matchup at Night of Champions.
Yeah, and Seth Rollins nearly got crushed by the cage, and you could see him like fall back real fast before the cage came down on him. So that was pretty funny to watch Botchamania clip.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get that, and we can clearly see from here that WWE is trying to push Roman Reigns as one of their top guys in the company to replace John Cena for when he retires. Anything else you want to add to that?
We had Mr. Five Moves of Doom Squared. Doesn't even have five high impact moves. There's one that's the hair flip.
Oh yeah, that too. But yeah, Roman Reigns is clearly being built up. Anybody that's been watching WWE for an absolute long time can definitely tell that they're building him up. But
Yeah.
other than that, eh, it was a good match. It was entertaining to see Roman Reigns fall again, I guess. But moving on. So then SmackDown starts off like how last Monday started off with Chris Jericho versus Bray Wyatt in the steel cage match. Well, yesterday they started off with a tag team match with Usos and Bizarre, Big Show and Mark Henry, actually going against Goldust and Stardust and the Wyatt family. And let me just say something right now: the Wyatt family has been buried, and when I mean buried, I mean buried. They've
They,
faced
they've been fed to Cena over and over and over again. And Luke Harper and Eric Rowan have been fed to the Usos. They've been fed to the Dusts. And they've also been fed to Bizarre, as my colleague so described him.
But yeah, so we get a tag team match between those two teams, and it was interesting to watch. I mean, Cody sold the shoulder bump from the Big Show, not a Big Show. Um, then eventually Big Show got double teamed by Goldust and Stardust, and they actually used a suplex against him. That was interesting to watch Cody sell, unlike someone whose name I won't mention, can't sell. But yeah, that was pretty interesting to see him sell like that. And so after that, we get the Wyatt family and Goldust attacking Mark Henry from outside, and one of the Usos. I get their names confused sometimes because they look alike. But we get one of them going over the top, diving, and he kicks Cody. One of them kicks Cody outside the ring. After that, it's like a super kick, and they get back in the ring. One of the Usos, Jey Uso, does a hidden tag to Big Show. He goes against the ropes and he tags him, and
It knocks out Stardust.
yeah, Big Show knocks out Stardust, and then he gets on top, does a splash for the win. The Usos get the win, and yeah, you can clearly see that they're building up Stardust and
Goldust.
to win the titles from them soon.
And also, let me also say this, is that they're also downgrading the Usos because now both Usos have knee injuries now. So I wouldn't be surprised at Night of Champions if Goldust and Stardust do win because of those knee injuries that the Usos both have.
Or are you saying, are they kayfabe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say another thing too. Out of all the tag teams, I get the fact that the Usos have paid their dues, They've been there since 2007, if I'm not
Yep.
mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah,
2007.
I was going to say, I guess I respect the fact that that they've been working hard for those belts. It's been a good time. They got them just last year or just this year at the Royal Rumble. So
Yep.
I respect that. Like, you got to work your way to the top before you get there, unlike somebody. But you can clearly see that they're going to get the belts taken off them by Goldust and Stardust.
Yep.
Yeah. Any other comments?
Nope. I am fans of the Usos personally, but I think it's just the inevitability of WWE.
Yeah. And I don't know what they're going to do with Bizarre because Mark Henry. I don't see how Mark Henry can be in the tag team along with being in the feud with Rusev, the Bulgarian Brute. So
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to have Mark Henry do since he's in the tag team division and he's in a feud with Rusev. So,
Yeah. So we move on now to the flashback to Monday when he had John Cena having his promo with Paul Heyman. I think, as the CEO of Triple H said on his podcast with Michael Cole on Tuesday, I think John Cena wants to psych himself out to believe that he's ready for Brock Lesnar.
wait, do you have the network?
Yes.
I didn't know you had the network, but I was going to say, how does the network go? Like, do they? Cause I heard from some people like you have to watch what they give you, or you can like search. How's that work out?
It's like on demand, pretty much. Like on demand on any cable network. It's the same concept, same idea.
No, okay, but yeah, we get the flashback from Monday, like Jamil said, and John Cena, he goes about saying, "I am John Cena. Eat, sleep, be John Cena. Repeat, like times 16 for how many reigns he's had as champion. No pun
Yeah.
intended." And he said, "You know why I love being John Cena? It's because the faces of these kids, when I grant them a wish, and their wish is to hang out with John Cena for a day. I respect
See,
John."
I also respect John Cena. I mean, sorry to cut you off, but John Cena just isn't what's best for business. Okay, he may be what gets views from little children, but that's not what WWE should be. It's not about, as Batista cleverly put in 2010, kissing babies and hugging fat girls. It's about being in the gym to be the best you can possibly be.
And I was gonna make something else. Another thing about it. Jeez, we only got one viewer, but about it, I heard someone. When Batista won the World Heavyweight Championship, he was actually crying because it meant something to him. When he first captured that title, he was crying because it meant something to him. He worked to the top, and he got what he wanted. But John Cena, this man's been handed opportunity after opportunity to win that belt so many times. It's kind of sad how many times.
He's Vince's little lapdog. That's what he is.
Yeah, I was going to say, shout out to Bruce Blitz on YouTube. This is where I actually got the idea from doing this because I do enjoy watching his videos. I'll actually put a link in the description for any of our viewers in the description box. But yeah, he has a lot of John Cena barrel rates and rants, not rates. And like John Cena, you can't take him seriously. I mean, the man isn't entertaining. He can't sell. He's just there for a demographic of fans, such as the kids and the women. The men absolutely hate him.
Yeah.
It's just like Daniel, like if you look at my profile picture right now, you see Daniel Bryan, like a cartoon sketch of Daniel Bryan. And the thing about Daniel Bryan was that he got over with the fans. He got over with everyone. The kids loved him. The man loved him. The woman loved him. Everybody liked Daniel Bryan.
Because there's a one thing that's common with all of those people who came from ROH, who came from OVW, who started from the exact bottom, like a CM Punk, like a Daniel Bryan, like an RVD, is that they made it. They made it from the bottom. Where did Cena come from? Cena just came out of the clear blue sky and just got handed everything.
Yeah, like it's just ridiculous. But yeah, we get that promo, and he you know, see, it's the usual Cena garbage. Like I said earlier, or like my colleague said earlier, I respect what John Cena does outside of the ring. I see that, you know, kids that have illnesses, that's a good thing. Put a smile on the kids' faces. Inside the ring, though, I don't like you, Cena. I don't. I liked you back then when you were at like the heel rapper gimmick. Now you're just been a stealth, you've been a stealth
This is
face for over
for,
10 years. It's just
for a decade of just stale hustle, loyalty, and respect for a decade.
yeah, it's just it's SOS, man. You know what that is, right?
Save our souls.
Yeah, I mean, can we get something different? And unfortunately, we are, but we're getting it in the form of Cena 2.0. But
Roman Reigns.
yeah, anything you want to add on before we move on?
No, everything that needed to be said has been said.
Uh,
So, so after that, we move on. Uh,
to the pro-
oh yeah, to the authorities. A little promo. So I don't know where this came from. This whole feud with Chris Jericho and Randy Orton. I have no idea where it came from. But apparently now Randy Orton's in a feud with Chris Jericho, and now Uncle Kane, Seth Rollins, and Randy Orton are now formulating a plan to take out Chris Jericho.
yeah, I was going to say he was saying this. Randy Orton. I'm paraphrasing this because I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said what we do to him tonight is going to be worse than what we did to Dean Ambrose when Seth Rollins curb stomped him. But
Red blocks.
yeah, the Lego table. uh, but yeah, they're selling the Thor Seth Rollins to be the next big thing in the company when really he's not. We all know where they're going. But anything else you want to head on?
Seth Rollins does indeed have talent, but he doesn't have the personality. He just doesn't have the WWE fit. It's just not going to work out for him.
Yeah, he was better. They were all better in the Shield, if you ask me. I mean, Ambrose, he had the best mic skills in that group. Seth Rollins, the best, I guess the best technical wrestler, and Roman Reigns, he's just there. He's the powerhouse. But moving on, we got the
The
boat.
Dallas Justin Gabriel match.
Yeah, and before the match, Bo Dallas would actually garner some heel heat by saying all of you are failures, or you're going to be failures. And it was really interesting to see Justin Gabriel back on TV after seeing him absent, as because I don't watch NXT or anything, but or Superstars, but seeing him on TV again kind of brought a smile because the last time I remember.
Apparently, from some sources in WWE, Justin Gabriel was suffering from a pectoral injury, so he was absent from any WWE programming. So he made his return here on SmackDown. And before the match even gets started, we have the Real Americans, Zeb Coulter, and Jack Swagger coming out, getting a little bit in Bo Dallas's head.
But yeah, before I got cut off, it's all good. The last time I actually saw Justin Gabriel was, I believe, with the Nexus. That was the Core. That's the last time I remember seeing Justin Gabriel on television. But yeah.
This match was a typical squash match.
Yeah, and actually, Bo Dallas would garner some heat, like I said earlier, but he get cut off by Zeb and say it's something about America's sweetheart. If Bo Dallas is America's sweetheart, then Zeb Coulter is Ariana freaking Grande. I'm quoting him on that one. But yeah, Bo Dallas was going to say, "Can you please rise? Put your right hand over your heart." He got cut off. Zeb finished it off. Can you please, every real American, please rise? Put your hand over your heart and say along with me, "Read to people." So yeah, it was a fairly interesting match. But all I got to say about the match is the whole time that Bo Dallas was like in control, he just kept looking over to Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger, like they're building up a feud with those two. But yeah, anything with that?
So nothing really.
Uh, um, and now moving.
Move on to the Battle of the Crazies. We have Paige with versus Summer Rae, accompanied by Layla, with AJ Lee on commentary.
Actually, to go back, Jamil, one little thing. I forgot to mention that after the match, the Bo Dallas match, Jack Swagger and Bo Dallas, they actually squared off a little bit before Bo Dallas escaped, got out the ring, backed off with the crowd booing behind him. But yeah, I just want that little thing. Go ahead, Jamil.
Okay. So we have the Divas, the Nightly Divas match. Paige versus Summer Rae with Layla, and AJ Lee is on commentary.
Yeah, and
Divas
I
match.
don't kn- I don't know where WWE is heading with this because if even though I think I was super younger when they had this storyline, I don't know if you remember, but back in '05 or '06, one of those years, Trish Stratus and Mickey James,
Mickey James, yeah.
they actually had a lesbian like storyline gimmick, and that's what WWE has put into AJ Lee and Paige. You know, they had this lesbian storyline, as you saw the PGY kiss or
Yeah.
TVY kiss that they had on the hand or whatever. I was going to say it was a fairly interesting match because Paige and AJ Lee are actually divas that can get in the ring and entertain. So, let's see, key points in the match. Paige did some knees to Summer Rae, and once again, Paige and AJ, the frenemies crap or whatever. Paige would use the Black Widow to have Summer Rae, or yes, I have Summer Rae tap out, and AJ Lee would counter that by getting in the ring and Paige doing the Paige turner to Layla. So it's the typical,
Divas match. Psycho.
yeah,
And one thing I want to add is I feel so bad for AJ because AJ has no hype of her own. It's all hype from CM Punk. Every time she has her own moment in the sun, anytime she's in a match, all you hear is a chant of CM Punk, CM Punk. I'm
I,
terribly sorry for her.
I was gonna say. I mean, it. What should I say about him? I was gonna say people are saying he walked out on his fans. He walked out on the business. I mean, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna choose and pick sides. But the man back in 2011, was it 2011 when he did the pipe bomb or whatever to shoot?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say when he did that, some people like it sparked off the gears in their mind, like this guy's right a little bit. Maybe I
yeah.
gotta, maybe Vince, and all I gotta say is CM Punk, he demanded everything, he got what he wanted. Then if he didn't like what he got for a storyline, he would disagree with it. He would complain. Then he'd get something else. It's
Yeah.
I don't know what was going through the guy's mind about not working with Triple H for WrestleMania 30, but he's gone. There's nothing we can do about it. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
Um.
So
Uh. Yeah.
now we move on to the flashback for last month, the first square off between Mark Henry right after SummerSlam, and they showed how Mark Henry World's Strongest Slam on Rusev. So then they'll flash forward to Monday, where they have Mark Henry setting up for the World's Strongest Slam on Eric Rowan, I think it was, or Luke Harper. It was one of the people of the Wyatt family. And the Rusev slide in the ring and super kicks Mark Henry.
Yeah.
All lead up to the face-off between Rusev and Mark Henry once again in the arm wrestling contest, which, if anyone remembers, about a year ago, whenever Ryback had his moment of the sun, they recycled that idea from Ryback and Mark Henry.
Yeah. I was gonna say to go into detail about this whole segment. You know how Rusev always comes out and or not well yeah Rusev and Lana, they always get heel heat hype from the crowd.
Yeah,
Uh, she said, "Shut up." What I found amazing was that how she has an accent. She has to portray the Russian.
yeah,
I was going to say she actually lost her accent for a quick second when she said "shut up." She was like "shut up," like she was like "shut up" or something like that. But yeah, the segment started off with her gaining heel heat for Rusev, and you know Michael Cole with the cheap network plug. He was mentioned in their match. You can watch Mark Henry versus Rusev at Night of Champions on the network for only $9.99. It's I was going to say cheap network plug. They just keep plugging these networks in. Like Bruce Blitz mentioned before, you're going to look back 10 years from now on these promos, and you're going to say the network plugs killed them. Like
yeah.
it's ridiculous. And but anyway, we get Henry and Rusev with the arm wrestling contest. Rusev, he's struggling to get a grip on Mark Henry's hand and all that, so he slides back, then he gets it back in. Mark Henry beats him the first time. Then Rusev demands a rematch, not with his right hand this time, but with his left hand. So they do a rematch, and Lana. I remember I remember someone saying that Lana's probably the best heel that they have on the mic besides Heyman. But Lana throws shock on him in his eyes. He's blinded. Rusev super kick. I'm surprised he didn't do the camel clutch, the accolade. But yeah, that segment gained more heat for Rusev to have someone feed to him. Eventually, he's going to hit John Cena, who we know is going to be demoted to a mid-carder soon. And, it's just all build up for feeding him to, John Cena. But, yeah, that segment, they're building up for Rusev to beat him. But anything you want to add, Jamil?
I know there was a theory that Rusev is going to get fed to Cena, but if Cena loses to Lesnar, there won't be a point, really. Because that's not going to go over good with the fans if Cena loses to Lesnar once again and gets built up again to fight Lesnar again. You see the word that I'm reiterating here is again. Okay? It's just like Rock and Cena, again. We don't want to see again. We want new people. We want new faces. We're tired of Cena.
Right.
We're tired of Cena in every main event card.
And I was going to say another thing, too, that one of our colleagues isn't here, Davion. Me and him were actually at a cross-country practice. I run cross-country, but we were mentioning while we were running how John Cena has been on the cover of almost every single SmackDown vs. Raw video game. You can start from, I think the first one was Vince. The first one had Vince McMahon on it. I know that for sure.
Cena was on the second one. He was on in 2006. He was on 2007. He was on 2008. 2009, however, he's absent from the cover.
Right.
Because they were promoting the tag team division.
Right.
Cover. 2010, he was on there. 2011, he was on there. And then 2012, they start to switch to the single covers, like some of the other sports games, like NBA 2K and Madden. 2012 was 2013, CM Punk. 14 was The Rock. And now we're back to the cycle. 15 is Cena once again.
Yeah, I was going to say that man has been everywhere. I wish that for once the crowd that that they have now, like crowds that they go to, I wish just for once that some of these crowds would chant. Excuse me, I need some water. I wish these crowds would chant what the ECW fans chanted back in '06 at One Night Stand. That would make my day. See him, with that stupid smile on his face, take his hat off, brush his hair back, and just be like.
The last time I've heard that reaction for Cena was 2011. Was it Money in the Bank? CM Punk versus John Cena. That's the last time I've ever heard that reaction for John Cena.
Oh yeah, definitely. And well, yeah, we're not going to turn this into a Cena burial rant. Well, eventually we will make one of those. And but yeah, moving on, we get the Miz, Hollywood Miz, and Dolph Effin Ziggler against, or no, not Usos, sorry, Dolph Effin Ziggler and R Ziggler. R-Truth is Dolph Ziggler's double, and we get those two versus The Miz and Damien Mizdow. And all I have to say is every time I see Dolph Ziggler in the ring, it kind of reminds me of Billy Gunn back in the Attitude Era, because the Famouser really isn't called the Famouser, it's the Famasser. Seeing him do that, the little turnbuckle splash that Billy Gunn used to do, the hair. They pretty much look like long lost father and son or something. But
and one thing I have to say about Ziggler is he's an incredible talent and he needs to get pushed, but every time he gets a push, he gets hurt. Because how would you like it if you're WWE management and you have a great talent? You give him Intercontinental Championship, World Heavyweight Championship, but every time you begin to push him and give him hype, he gets hurt.
Yeah. I would say Batista, he got hurt a lot. But yeah, to the one fan that is watching us, I think I know who it is. I think you can reply in the thing. There's a there's a chat box somewhere. I was going to say you can reply on those too, but I'll keep looking at my phone for those. And yeah, it was a good match. We guys have to take down main points, but yeah, a famouser from Ziggler to I think it was Damien, and then for some reason they did like one of them did a weird dance. I think it was Dolph Ziggler. He did a weird dance, like shaking his butt or whatever, and R-Truth would go to the rope, and then he come back zigzag Damien, and then they pick up the victory. So Ziggler goes over with his belt with R-Truth and Damien Sandow once again. Another thing about Damien Sandow, he has been buried by Cena. If you remember when he won the Money in the Bank briefcase match, he cashed in on Cena, and every time I watch this video, I just get absolutely frustrated with what they did to him, simply because he was generating heat. I loved his gimmick. I'm better than you, therefore I am. It was a perfect gimmick for somebody like him. He played it well, the silence, you know. And I was going to say, throughout that whole match, John Cena kicked out at 2 every time he got a chance to. He kicked out at 2, and then in all of Damien Sandow's arsenal, Cena, who is hurt, gets up out of nowhere, springs up, does the FU. I'm using the ruthless aggression era term simply because I grew up in these eras. But yeah, he gets up, does the FU, pins him 1, 2, 3. Damien Sandow's career is over just like that. So it's kind of sad to see how Damien Sandow's been demoted. I hope they have some plans for this guy once Cena gets out the way, or once Roman Reigns steps up or something, because no one, like, he must have, you know how Cena runs politics, right, Jamil?
Yeah.
I was going to say, he either must have made Cena upset like Dolph did. I don't know if you've seen the video on YouTube, but Dolph Ziggler had made a comment about Cena or something, and they actually demoted him, like how he was being demoted, how he didn't get the belt and all that. Yeah, but yeah, it's kind of sad to see that man's career plummet like that. So I hope he gets better from there.
You know what I find that's really hilarious to me is, like, you pass the torch. You go from the Bruno San Martino 10-year championship reigns to Hulk Hogan, a person that really put WWE and sports entertainment on the map, to 2016, to the People's Champion, The Rock, to TV, hustle, loyalty, and respect. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it really is. And I don't know what kind of sparked off the WWPG era. I don't know if it was Eddie Guerrero's head.
No, it was a combination from Eddie Guerrero's passing, John Cena becoming the face that he is to kids, the Make-A-Wish, and the infamous Chris Benoit quote-unquote murder, suicide.
I was going to say, I know how you're on the case about that, but yeah, I don't like and Linda McMahon. Do not forget Linda McMahon. She ran for
Linda McMahon, failure senator.
Yeah, wasting all of Vince's money. So you know, I think that's why they probably came up with the WWE Network. So yeah. But yeah, we're gonna move on to a flashback from Monday with the Jerry Springer Bella incident. Once again, I was gonna say before it was actually supposed to be Michael Sam on Monday that was supposed to film, like, host Raw or whatever. I don't discriminate against no one. I don't care if you're gay, you're straight, you're bi, you're black, you're white,
you're asexual.
Right. I don't care what you are, but I'm not going to say my ideas out here. But he was supposed to originally host Raw. I would have no problem with it. I still watch Raw simply because I want to see if it's going to be entertaining. But he was supposed to host it, and he didn't because I believe he got hired by the Dallas Cowboys. So they had to find a replacement for him, and I guess that replacement was Jerry Springer, since, you know, the Bella Twins situation right now kind of reminds you of a Jerry Springer show. But yeah, we get a flashback from them. Their brother comes out. He looks like he might be talking about Bree, I believe. Yeah, Bree is the one that's being the victim, and he's like, we all know who's the victim while he's looking at Bree, but then he turns to Nikki. He said, "You need to stop playing around or something," and Eventually it breaks out into a cat fight. Jerry Springer, he was selling it somewhat, and he
Then Stephanie comes out, tries to break it up. She throws Bree to the corner, and then what I think is hilarious, Nikki does this running STO rock bottom thing, and
whoa.
yeah, and it still breaks out. Then you have like Jamie Noble and Finley come out and break it out.
Yeah, Jamel, are you broadcasting from your phone right now, dude?
Yeah,
I was going to say, you got headset in, right?
yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I just heard like loud, like WAP noise or something. But yeah, I was going to say the whole Bella storyline. I have no problem with it, but if they're pushing that as one of the Diva story, like main storyline, I'd rather just watch. What is it? I'd rather just watch the infamous finger poke of doom of WCW
My God.
because that's much more entertaining than seeing this. I mean, the finger poke of doom, he's getting ready, and next thing you know, Hogan goes to punch Nash. Instead, he just pokes him. Nash falls down. 1, 2, 3, victory. But yeah, that's more entertaining.
I would rather see Owen Hart break Stone Cold's neck on repeat 36 times and watch this.
Oh my God. But yeah, I mean, this storyline, if they can find a way to bring Daniel Bryan back into it, I guess towards when he recovers. I don't know how. Have you found out how long it is till he recovers?
Uh, no, I haven't. That was my theory at first, is that they're going to bring Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella versus John Cena and Nikki Bella. So that was my theory at first, but it doesn't seem really plausible at this point because from some sources in WWE, Daniel Bryan is still a long way from coming back because he suffers from the same injury that ended Edge's career and shortened Stone Cold's career.
Right, I was going to say that too. A lot of people in WWE right now are kind of where Edge, Steve Austin are. I don't know if you remember. Well, you probably do. I remember us talking about it, but Edge actually had to retire because he suffered a neck injury back in 2004. I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he suffered an injury back in '04, a neck injury. Then the neck injury would come back into play when it was 2010 or 2011 or 2012.
Here, Brodus Clay like wrapped his arm around Edge's neck, DDT'd him down.
Yeah, it was kind of sad because I think after Edge left, I just was really like that was really messed up because Edge growing up was one of my favorite. He was one of my favorites. He started out on the Brood. Then he split to Edge or ENC. They had some funny moments like singing people's theme song. General Wart's segment with Mick Foley, that was another funny one. ENC, and then they broke apart. They had the storyline against each other for the Intercontinental Championship.
With Christian taking Lita from Trish Stratus from Edge.
Yeah, and then the Matt Hardy storyline. Like everything about Edge was hilarious. The rated R superstar gimmick, I found that funny. That was very funny.
Chimmel says rated R superstar Edge.
Yeah, Tony Chimmel's voice crack. The rated R superstar. That was always funny to hear. And it was sad to see him go. It was. Well, I wasn't growing up when The Rock. I was still growing up when The Rock was in the business. But The Rock that I remember was probably the corporate Rock and the Hill 2003 Rock. Those were my favorite versions of The Rock. And once again, Daniel Bryan might have to retire early due to his neck injury, just like John Cena might have to retire due to his neck injury. I'm not hoping that he retires soon. I mean, I just want to say,
because even though I hate John Cena with a passion, and I mean hate what he does in the ring, it's there is no business without Cena. We can all agree on that. There is no business without Cena.
Right. And another thing is, Daniel Bryan, he got over. They gave the fans what they want at WrestleMania. He gets injured. Well, no, his dad passed away, so that's why he actually had to leave. And Kane, I don't know what it is with Kane and his tombstone pile driver, but this man, he goes down tremendously fast, and it's just like he stands there for 2 seconds, and then he just drops to his knees, and then the person, like, I saw it, like, his head was fine, but the way Kane does a tombstone just makes me laugh. It makes me wonder if anybody got hurt doing that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, Jerry Springer moment was pretty funny to watch because the Bellas can't sell that much; they can't even wrestle. I'm not being rude or anything, but
Yeah, they're just like a reality TV show.
just like Total Divas, which is.
Yeah.
But and moving on, I think this is our last segment before our main event, which was Randy Orton and Seth Rollins versus
Reigns
Roman
and
Reigns. Yeah, and
before we start, I would like to say that I am a huge fan of Jericho's new jacket. I think it's fabulous. But you can go on.
I was going to say I forgot, or not forgot. I remember there was a segment where they were trying to get a word out of Chris, and he just kept on walking. Eventually, he had some. What are your plans for WWE? And like, he looked down, turned on his jacket, and started walking away. I like that was kind of funny, but yeah. I didn't really take too many notes on this match because it was pretty much what you expect out of John Cena with the 5 moves of doom. You feel me?
Yeah.
Only people that move like I said, the people that can move the match forward, not Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, a veteran in ring, Chris Jericho, another veteran.
Yeah.
Those guys, they moved the match forward, and they have to carry the match because they're teaching the rookies the ropes. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. But yeah, I didn't take too many notes on this match. I just titled it SOS, same old stuff, or same old, poop. And I believe Reigns and Jericho went over, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. There you go. They won.
Yeah, I was going. But yeah, SmackDown. Yeah,
Yeah,
it,
it was so. And like I like to say, it's great because it's a B plus show. Like you never see Cena on there. You never see Cena on SmackDown. You don't see
I was
CM Punk. You don't see CM Punk on SmackDown. It's a B plus show.
I was going to say, I believe SmackDown was actually where all the wrestling actually took place instead of Raw, because Raw, is now 3 hours.
Yeah, that's what I mean by like Raw. It's like that's where everything happens, and SmackDown is based off Raw.
Yeah, and another thing is,
That's a game in one. No games you left in there.
alright, and another thing is, for SmackDown, it's more entertaining than Raw because, like I said, more wrestling, no talking or anything. But overall, I give SmackDown a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree. 6 out of 10.
Yeah, and it could have been better with some of these segments. Like, for instance, instead of having Summer Rae against Paige, you could have had AJ Lee in there against Paige, because they can actually work and entertain unlike other people. Yeah. Oh yeah, and going back, sorry to go back to this at the end of the video, and actually going back to the Bo Dallas and Justin Gabriel match. There was a snap mirror from Justin Gabriel to Bo Dallas, a move that Cena doesn't even probably know how to do. If he did, he'd botch it. But
Yeah, just like the Cena Camarader.
oh god, and Justin Gabriel did a schoolboy. He oversold a turnbuckle throw that Bo Dallas gave him, and yeah, Bo Dog for the win. And yeah, like I said, SmackDown 6, 7 out of 10. It could have been more wrestling, but yeah. Anything else you want to say, Jamil?
I think that SmackDown is really declined. It's really fell off ever since the John Laurinaitis era with the People Power and the Super shows. I think that they need to go back to the World Heavyweight Championship on SmackDown, WWE on Raw. They need to have 2 separate rosters. You only compete on SmackDown or you only compete on Raw. I don't like the idea of the Super shows.
Yeah, me either. Because you get you got most of the talent working 2 days, or I think it's all the days of the week, really. And it's the usual. You want to plug your YouTube channel or anything else, Jamil?
Nah, not really. I think we should, since the review of SmackDown is, because we reviewed SmackDown pretty much, I think we should move on to some more maybe controversial topics, or maybe do some quick highlights of Raw in case anyone missed it out there or whatever.
What do you mean controversial? Like asking somebody what's their name and kicking them?
I mean, like this whole situation with the Shield members, the Dean Ambrose movie, the Cena Lesnar, who would beat Lesnar.
Well, I didn't get too much of Raw because of school starting the next day and all, since school starting back up last year. I did see some of Raw though. I saw geez, what did I see on Raw? Um,
I saw the Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns match. Then you would have Uncle Kane and Seth Rollins comes out with the steel cage, and Seth Rollins almost gets squashed by the steel cage. They put
right.
the chair in, and Roman Reigns Superman punches Orton and spears Orton, and then Kane tries to come in the ring through the side of the cage, but Roman Reigns hit the cage with the steel chair, and then magically, it looks like he fell from the ceiling. Seth Rollins crossbodies Roman Reigns from the top.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to.
And they beat him up, and they drag him out of the cage, and then they drag him over there to the mythical cinder blocks,
Oh.
the bread blocks, or the Lego blocks.
Um. Yeah. If you want to talk about Monday Night Raw, and if you say something that sparks off in my mind about like what I saw before I went to sleep, I can go based off of those observations. So.
And I forgot, it was John Cena versus John Cena fought. Who did he fight Monday? It will come to me, but anyway, he fought someone Monday, and he did like a bunch of suplexes. They're like, he did like a belly to belly suplex, he did like a couple German suplexes, and they were all botches. Like he directly onto the back of the neck, so no safety. It was just Cena has no talent. He's just a person that has 5 moves, and he's just.
I believe it was one of the Wyatt family members, or so, I think it was one of those weeks it was, and he kept on doing the German suplexes to one of them. I remember seeing it. I think he was trying to like send Brock a message like, you know, you want to German suplex me, I'm gonna suplex this guy and botch it. So you know.
But whenever first they started off with the Bray Wyatt Chris Jericho match.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that.
And Bray Wyatt, if he hadn't got buried by Cena, he would be like the WWE champion, WWE World Heavyweight Champion right now. If Cena did not exist, he would be WWE World Heavyweight Champion right now.
I was going to say the WWE is so scared, so nervous that if something else other than Cena gets the title, then the demographic, their fans, which is the kids and the moms, are like, no, I don't want this. It's just they're afraid to lose their fans and money.
And like everyone wants to blame CM Punk for complaining, for running his mouth to WWE about this whole Cena thing, because he has tattoos or whatever, and he says what's on his mind, he says what he thinks. But if you ask me, Cena is a great role model for kids, women, everywhere, because he lives a straight edge lifestyle. You know, there's no drugs, no alcohol. And
Oh, whoa. You might want to stop right there, dude. You go on YouTube and look up Cena talking about having sex with fat girls on the Howard Stern show. Oh, you might want to look at that, man.
I mean, that's just that. I mean, like Cena, it's like he has no personality. I mean, at least CM Punk has personality. I mean, what do you inspire kids to be? Just to follow, just like stay in line, know your role, and shut your mouth, as the famous Rock always says. It's like, what do you encourage them to do?
Yeah. Yeah, and with the excuse me about burping. Yeah, John Cena and everyone else. he just needs to get off the screen because it's just, his time is over.
Yeah,
That's a pun on
it's
that song.
a decade plus.
Yeah, I've never seen someone be on top for so long like him. You feel me?
Yeah, and another thing that I wanted to get at is Vince. It's he we haven't seen him since Brock Lesnar was F5 him again, broke his hip again. We haven't seen him since.
Oh no, he was at the Hall of Fame. He was at the Hall of Fame ceremony.
Like on program, like a TV programming.
Oh, yeah, okay. Um,
So yeah,
yeah,
where's Vince?
I'm looking at what occurred on Monday last week, or I should say this week, because the new week starts tomorrow. Um, it was actually NXT Takeover. You told me while we were in school. It was NXT Takeover night, and I was actually surprised to see El Generico. If you don't, those of you that don't know who El Generico is, he's Sami Zayn. It was interesting to see him with the corkscrew crossbody off the top rope and then the stand-up moonsault for on the ground. That was pretty interesting to watch, like actual entertainment, actual tactical wrestling in the ring. So that was fairly very interesting to see the rookies from NXT that night.
And
Anything?
one great talent that WWE does have coming up is Adrian Neville. He's getting pushed now. He is NXT champion right now, and he's an exceptional talent. They compare him to their AJ Styles. He's AJ Styles in his prime.
And I think we're good on that one. I might have to retitle this video WWE Raw and SmackDown review for the week of I think it was the 8th. But next from Raw, we got the Rusev promo where they're praising Russia for how better it is in America and whatnot. And Lana would actually sing the U.S. national anthem. I'm gonna let you guys in on spoilers. She's actually American. It's like she's legit American. She's from Florida, but she grew up in the former Soviet Union, so that's how she know. That's why she knows how to speak whatever language she's speaking, Russian or so. And she would sing the national anthem of the United States, but disrespect it by adding in different words. And
Yeah.
yeah, Rusev standing there just looking, like, this is an interesting crowd. Anything you want to add, Jamil?
I mean, not from the Rusev kind of thing, because that's getting boring. It's the whole Rusev thing right now. It's played out. They need to get him. He needs to be made event already. Okay, he's been undefeated for I don't know. I lost track. It's match calendars. I lost track. But yeah. But then another thing I also want to say about seeing that, as you guys can probably already tell, I really don't like seeing it, is did you see like the fake terrible towel thing he has?
Oh, and then from being from Pittsburgh, I can speak on one of us. Jamil's actually from Oakland, California, but there's a neighborhood in Pittsburgh called Oakland. Speaking on behalf of Pittsburgh, that towel looks absolutely ridiculous compared to our terrible towel. It kind of makes me want to get that towel, stomp on it, like I think it was Lindell White that stomped on terrible towel. Yeah, it kind of makes me want to buy a towel, step on it, disrespect it, and then I don't know, do whatever with it, throw it in the garbage. Yeah, that's how it makes me feel. The terrible towel is much better than Cena's little hustle, loyalty, or respect towel. And anything else we want to say before moving on?
Mm. Uh,
Um,
so we're going to move on to Cesaro and the whole Sheamus Cesaro rivalry. Uh, for a minute, I forgot Sheamus was even in WWE still, even though he is the champion. Uh, I mean, they're doing absolutely nothing with him. They have him in a pointless feud with Cesaro.
uh, I was going to say, Jamil, your mic is breaking up a little. It was breaking up back then. Like, just take it on, plug it back in real fast.
All right. All right, I get.
Yeah, that's better. I was going to say, yeah, that match it was Sheamus versus Seth Rollins with Cesaro, I believe, on commentary, and of course, like like today or yesterday was you know Justin Gabriel and Bo Dallas with the Real Americans watching him. It was kind of like that, like he just keeps on looking at him, like You want to do something? When you want to get in here? It's kind of like Brock Lesnar and Undertaker when he was at UFC, and like Brock just looked at him. Undertaker's like, "You want to do it?" And he just kept on walking. So yeah, Cesaro. I have a feeling that he's gonna get the belt soon. And I was gonna say another thing. I don't know if you observed it, Jamil, but why are the Europeans getting the United States title?
That's what I'm saying. When was the last time he had an American being named a U.S. champion? It was MVP. Was
Really?
that? It was MVP, indeed, yeah.
Oh, hold up. I gotta look at this. Is interesting.
That was what?
Like,
7,
like
6,
6 years ago.
yeah. It was MVP. I remember.
Oh,
Uh, and then the one thing that I did find exciting was the NXT promo they had. They had lots of great talent in the NXT. I just don't understand, like, why.
uh, um, we're actually going to get another person in here right now, a viewer, one of ours, and I'm gonna invite him. If everyone can hold for a second. It's Devon from school, Jamil. I'm gonna
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna get him in here.
We,
Just
we, we, have, we finally have another Roman Reigns shield barrier here.
yeah, I was gonna say I just gotta get him. I'm just trying to figure out how I can add him in here. Um, see if I can get him from here. Uh, yeah, I don't think I can, but I'll try.
Start a whole new podcast.
Say again.
Want to start a whole new podcast?
Yeah, let's actually end this. Jamil, do you want to plug anything?
What'd you say?
Do you want to plug any social media that you have at all or anything?
No.
I was going to say, everyone that's watching this, you can follow me on my YouTube channel. For the URL, youtube.com/sleepmixerous. I'm not even really a reviewer type, but I'm a DJ. I upload music to my channel that I mix occasionally. And I'm on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook. I won't friend you, but you can comment on my page or so. Give me some feedback. But we're actually going to end this, and we're going to start a new review with our friend from school. But thank you to all those who were watching for our first video, and we will see you again.
Yep. Signing off.
Yep. This is Levi and it's Jamil. Believe. Okay. Bye.